So apparently Hosada is taken up once again for another one of her damn abuses, girl. Child, all these teas and more. Stay with it. All right, y'all. So before I say what I got to say about Evelyn Hosada and her fuck shit that she got going on, I had to pour me a half of this nasty piece of Fireball so that when I do these reads, they could just come out with ease and I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't think twice about it, and I could also sleep easy tonight. So hold on. So this whore decides to get on her Instagram or Facebook or Snap the other day, basically trying to defend Carl Crawford for his domestic violence arrest. So this comes from TMZ. I'm gonna play it for y'all so y'all can hear what this tramp has to say.
After my team got their second or third phone call in connection to what happened last week, the domestic violence arrest, I had to say something because I see stories popping up with, people trying to change my story and my narrative. I've heard a reporter saying, oh, well, can we get a comment from her? Didn't she say that Carl did the same to her? And I refuse to sit here and allow the world or anybody to change my story and my truth. So that's why I'm putting this video together. And let me just stress one thing. By no means am I trying to discredit anyone else's story. I know what that feels like. So that is not what I'm trying to do. I don't know what happened with the relationship before me. I don't know what happened with the relationship after me. I stay in my lane. I'm just talking about my personal experience because I was engaged to be married to this man. I was with him for 4 years. And for any blogger or reporter to try to switch up the story as to why we broke up, I think is disgusting. And I have to protect my son. I never want my son to see, oh, okay, well, mom and dad, I see a story that he did this to her. No, he did not. Carl has never put his hands on me. Carl has never intimidated me. Carl has never called me bitches and hoes or ever stood over me trying to intimidate me. We never had that relationship. Yeah, we broke up for other reasons, but it wasn't for that. And I also want to say for anyone that is dealing with domestic violence, you guys know I take this very, very seriously. For anyone that is dealing with domestic violence, if you know somebody that is dealing with domestic violence, you could go to evelynlozada.org. I have people on my staff that will answer emails, talk to you. We can give you advice, point you in the best direction as to how to get out of this relationship. We are cool to this day, and all I care about is that we co-parent our son and that he's able to co-parent with the mother of his children, and that really at the end of the day, that's what's important here, are our kids. So I'm gonna leave this video here, and I love you guys.
So, here's what TMZ had to report about this skis and lying ass heifer. Carl Crawford's ex-fiance / financee / baby daddy / meal ticket / anyway, Evelyn Lozada is coming to the former Dodgers defense after he was arrested for domestic violence, saying he never did anything menacing to her. The reality TV personality, who was once engaged to Carl and has a son with him, spoke out in a personal video about allegations she too was a victim of domestic violence during her time with Carl. She makes it very clear nothing like that ever happened between them. We should note, Evelyn says she isn't here to discredit the alleged victim or her truth. She actually advocates for DV victims in general. Evelyn says she's simply clarifying Carl never physically abused her and that as far as her experience, what's being described just isn't the guy she knows. She gets pretty emotional as she eventually gets to the issue of having to successfully co-parent while also trying to clear up what's being said about her son's father. TMZ broke the story. Carl's been accused of attacking an ex of his, allegedly grabbing her by the throat at gunpoint. Something his attorney Vietnamese that's not really happened, but see, I get tongue tapped. Y'all know what I'm saying. Deny happened. Still, he was arrested for it, and now the process will play out in court. Sounds like he'll have at least one character witness if Evelyn is called to testify. Evelyn, let me tell your retarded ass one goddamn thing. All money is not good money. I find it very hard to believe he kicking off in this bitch ass, but he did absolutely nothing to you. Not to mention, you do know what it's like to be domestically abused because you and Chad was both domestically abusing each other. And then see, it's mighty funny how Chad went to jail for the fuck shit, but you was sitting up here trying to get everybody to believe that he just decided to headbutt your ass out of nowhere. Girl, bye. Y'all both was in that damn situation together. You lived for it, and the only reason why you came out with anything is because the neighbor heard and called the police. And the only reason why you sitting up here taking up for this man now is because he can't go to jail. How you gonna be able to afford your living, sis? Because first of all, Hosada, you way too old to be on your knees. I'm more than sure your knees is rickety raggedy. I'm more than sure they got all kind of bumps, bruises, burn marks, carpet burns, rug burns, floor burns, tile burns, hardwood floor burns, cherry wood floor burns, and every gravel burns, brick burns, grass burns, dirt burns, concrete burns, and every other burns that you could have on your knees, sis. That pussy is tired, delayed, and through, so I'm more than sure you can't use that no more. Like, Evelyn, and the sad part about it is, you're probably absolutely right. He probably never did a goddamn thing to you, but because we already know your track record, especially when it comes to domestic abuse and who you take up for, it's hard for us to just sit here and consciously believe out of everybody he abused, it never happened to you. And listen, to the young woman that happened to, I'm so very sorry that happened to you. It's a damn shame because shit like this happens all the time, especially when it comes to men of power and the men with money. I really hope Carl gets what he has coming in him. I believe every solitary word of it, and I'm glad that she spoke up and said something about it. See, she's not like Evelyn. You understand me? That woman could have possibly really lost her damn life due to some bull crap. While Evelyn's sitting up here taking up for him because I'm telling y'all, she knows. The minute that man go to jail, girl, that child support gonna cease and desist. And probably majority of that money is gonna go to that woman that he done yoked up and held up at gunpoint. But Evelyn is so worried about money and finance. And see, let this be a lesson to all of you young girls who feel like, who have this Evelyn Hosada mentality and this Sheree Whitfield mentality and this Jen and Dayton Fresher with a PH mentality. This is exactly why it's always important to get up, get out, and get your damn own. So you won't have to end up like Evelyn Hosada, taking up for somebody that I'm more than sure probably headbutted her, kicked her, slapped her, punched her, pulled her hair, and made her call him daddy. If it happened to that girl, I'm more than sure it happened to her and anybody else that he done dated. Because a leopard don't change his spots, and the damn show ain't gonna change it simply because that's Evelyn Hosada. Listen, when it comes to bitches like Evelyn, dudes already know she need them in order to keep this lifestyle afloat. So she's gonna stand up and take up for any vile, messed up bullcrap that could have very well happened to her because she has absolutely nothing else to fall back on. You understand me? So the young lady that it happened to, we still don't know who this young lady is, but my heart really does go out to her, and I'm really glad that she didn't pull the Evelyn, that she spoke up for herself, that she stood up for herself. That's how you could tell that she got people in her life that really love her and really care for her, and she has some place to go. She don't need that man money. That man money isn't worth her life. It isn't worth her life. It isn't worth her dignity. It isn't worth her self-respect. It isn't worth anything like that. So I commend that young lady. But you, Evil, here's what I got for you.
I just woke up and I rolled up. I just woke up and I rolled up.